Good morning and welcome to the 2018 Banning State of the City Address. It's great seeing all the residents here, business leaders, educational leaders, community leaders from all over the pass and county. We appreciate you all coming.
Hi, and welcome everybody to our State of the City Address. I'm very excited to see so many people show up and join in to see what the great city of Banning has accomplished. I want to acknowledge from our Planning Commission, Chairman Joe Shaw, Vice Chair Richard Crick, from our city staff, Rochelle Clayton, Mr. Art Vella, Mr. Tom Miller, Chief Tim Chavez, Intern Chief of Police Bob Fisher, and I definitely want to extend a warm welcome to our new city manager, Doc Schultz.
I'm a full 9 days into the job, so I certainly haven't figured much out except where the restrooms are and where the lunchroom is at City Hall. But I have actually had an opportunity to meet with department directors, tours with council members and with staff, and I'm really excited to be in the city of Banning and look forward to many of the challenges and opportunities that we have facing us. One of the things I have observed in the short time I've been here is that Banning is fortunate to have a very hardworking and dedicated staff. So at this moment, if you would please stand. Oftentimes, being a public servant, it's not uncommon to hear a lot of the complaints and requests for service and criticisms, and it's rare, unfortunately, to receive a thanks for the work that's done. And I want to thank the city staff for all of your work, dedication, and the warm welcome you've given me. Thank you.
I would like to add my welcome to all of you here today for the State of the City. This is quite an event, and it also gives us a window on where we've been and where we're going. Attending from around the county, I would like to recognize the Riverside County Board of Supervisors, District 5, Marion Ashley, the boss. Now I'd like to introduce all those people from the city of Calamasa. They took the day off. Jeff Hewitt, Ed Ford, Jim Hyatt. I thought I saw Jim come in his seat back there, maybe not. And Linda Molina. Also from the city of Beaumont, Mayor Nancy Carroll. And now from the Morongo Band of Mission Indians, Councilman Charles Martin. And Robert Martin was to be here, he probably got to take. Anyway, welcome to all of you.
Started to come up and jump on stage, but it looked like it was just a little bit short, so let's bow our heads and have a word of prayer. Lord God, first of all, we thank you for this beautiful day that you have made. We thank you for the privilege of living in this country and in this community of Banning. We have so many people who are here from other places in the past, and I think it wouldn't be out of line to include those communities as well. We pray for those who made the food, for those who worked to get this event together. So often we forget to give thanks for the people who work so hard. That would go for the people in the city as well. The regular folk who are out there just doing their jobs day to day and help us to have a better community. We thank you for the leadership of this city. And we pray today that all of us would listen well and have clear vision as we reflect on the past, be honest about the present, and prepare to move with boldness toward the future. Pray for all who have interest in this city, and that your will, O Lord, would be done in all of our decisions, all of our deliberations, and as we move forward to implement that which is approved. Keep us mindful of the needs of others, grateful for the blessings we receive. For it is in your name we pray. Amen.
Please follow me in the Pledge of Allegiance. Ready? Begin.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red banner of bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
We at the Chamber look forward to working with the city on behalf of all the businesses in Banning and the Pass area. We also have an awesome board of directors, and we can't wait to work with each and every one of you, with the city. And lastly, on behalf of the board, I'd like to thank those who have supported the Chamber and let you all know that the Banning and the Pass area Chamber is there for you. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. I too want to welcome everyone here and thank you for coming. And I also want to give a special welcome and thank you to all of our sponsors for today. We are introducing as our sponsors for this event, Beaver Medical Group, Burgess Moving and Storage, McClellan, Wilson, and Patterson Attorneys, Hardy Homes, Rio Stone Building Materials, Diversified Pacific Communities, developer of Rancho San Bernardino Homes, and Western Riverside Council of Governments. In addition, we have Loma Linda University Health, Morongo Band of Mission Indians, Mount San Jacinto College, Precision Material Handling, the Bank of Hemet, Waste Management, Xenia Racing Wraps, Cruise Industrial Tires, Ding Masters, Integrity Auto Service, Maytech Instrument Companies, and our Riverside County Board of Supervisors. Let's give them all a hand and say thank you.
This is a real fun presentation. Give you a little history first. About a year and a half, almost 2 years ago, a discussion took place about how we could get people interested in downtown and events and banking. And someone said if we had some kind of transportation available for them to enjoy, that would happen. So thanks to RTA, today, Banning now owns a trolley. And I don't think you can miss it when you walk through the front door, but it's sitting out in front. It's open for photo ops if you want to go in and sit down or lean out the window, however you want to do it. So get your photo taken with the trolley. And we have a lot of events that take place in the city of Banning, where in the past we have borrowed a trolley from RTA to help us with the events. Our Stagecoach Days parade, several of the senior functions that we have at the senior center, and other parties throughout the city. Now we have our own trolley. So at this time, to really make it official, I've asked our city manager and our director of finance to be present on the stage to publicly sign the documents that turn this trolley from RTA to the city of Banning. There are two documents that need to be signed. One is a letter from RTA to us explaining the rules of giving this trolley to the city. Now, there are no real handles to it with one exception. One is that the city must retain this for a minimum of 1 year. But at the end of that year, if we decide that it's something that the city doesn't want, we have the right to dispose of it any way we see fit. The second one is, it makes the DMV very happy. We have a title signing taking place right now. So the trolley now belongs to the city of Banning. Oh, there's a picture of it. RTA doesn't do anything in a small way, so they wanted to make sure that they made the presentation to the mayor of the city of Banning and gave him access to the trolley by presenting him with the key.
As I said, it's my pleasure to represent the City Council today in doing this State of the City address. It's been kind of an eventful year, both plus and minus. First of all, let me begin by talking about some of the things that are good going on around our town. For example, commercial-wise, the Taco Bell has just completed their redesign this year of the old Carol's building, and it's added a really nice improved look to the Ramsey area up there. Diamond Hills Chevrolet, Buick, and GMC is in the midst of a huge expansion, and in spite of the construction, they are still one of the most successful dealerships in the county. Skydiving West Coast, which opened at the airport just a short time ago, has already expanded their operation to a larger plane to accommodate more skydivers. Why anyone would want to jump out of a perfectly good plane is a mystery to me, but it's working. Congratulations, Skydiving West Coast. The ongoing success of Big Five Sporting Goods, Marshalls, Party City, Holly Lobby, Chipotle, Harbor Freight, and together with our other top sales tax-producing companies, has helped the city experience double-digit growth each quarter compared to the last year. So that's been a real positive. Soon there will be some other new names to add to our bright future. Leslie Pool Supplies is going to be opening in Sun Lake in the Sun Lake Center. Is they a swimmer? It's okay. We've all been there. A 7-Eleven convenience store and fuel station is coming to the intersection of Ramsey and Sunset. O'Reilly's Auto Parts is working on through their permitting process. The La Quinta Inn is a phased development project, and Phase 1 is in plan check as we speak. Carriage Medical Facility, which is the new Beaver facility, is moving forward and will be on the west side of town here over near the lakes. Other commercial activity includes Estes Express Truck Lines just closed escrow on 40 acres near the airport. They plan to build a trucking terminal there with the expectation of employing somewhere between 200 and 250 full-time permanent employees. They are currently in the pre-entitlement stage. Lawrence Equipment has been a good employer in Banning for many years now. They are planning a 146,000 square foot expansion and are expected to be before the Planning Commission later this year. It is projected that this expansion will generate another 100 or so good-paying manufacturing jobs. In addition, Lawrence also is very interested in creating a paid internship program with our local high school, something they have done successfully for many years in their El Monte area where they are now. But wait, there's more. The Banning Business Center has been purchased last July, and plans for its rehabilitation are in the works. The new owner is under strict timelines on completing the renovations. Project known as Messenger Project, adjacent to the airport, is moving forward. Just last week, the owners were in front of the City Council telling us that they are preparing an EIR and hope to be building by the end of next year. Downing Construction is planning on opening their new corporate office and yard here in Banning. They're working with city officials right now. To further aid the city in developing our east end of town, opportunity zones are being established. They are federal incentive zones that were enacted in 2017 through the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act. The bill encourages long-term investment in low-income communities such as ours through tax incentives for real estate investors. It is just another tool we intend to use to stimulate commercial and residential development in that area. What about new housing? The city will be experiencing residential growth very soon with the recent groundbreaking of the Pardee Homes Atwell Development Project. It is the first master plan community in Banning in over 2 decades. Phase 1 will consist of 480 homes, 2 commercial pads, and a K-6 school site. Model homes are slated to be open in January 2020. The first occupancy is expected to be in May of that year. When built out, the community will consist of 4,400 homes, making up 40 different neighborhoods. Pardee is here today. Thank you, gentlemen, very much. Another master plan community in our future is the Rancho San Gorgonio project. This 831-acre project will consist of 3,350 homes and will include 3 neighborhood parks, an elementary school, a fire station, community center, and options for commercial development. Again, the Rancho San Gorgonio people are here today. Thank you very much. In addition to these 2 projects, Diversified Pacific is also moving forward on the 98 lots they have at Wilson and Sunset. In June of this year, the council approved funding for housing programs designed to help our residents purchase homes and rehabilitate the ones they are in. Qualified buyers can receive down payment assistance. The program provides 1% up to $20,000 of purchase towards down payment. The program also includes an energy-efficient rehabilitation program. This program provides $2,000 grants up to $5,000 forgivable loans for general repairs or upgrades such as HVAC, duct repair, weather stripping, and other energy-efficient terms. Another part of this energy efficiency rehabilitation program provides forgivable loans up to $10,000 for repairs such as windows, doors, roofing, and ADA modifications to aid mobility of the elderly and the physically disabled. What's going on in Public Works? Let's talk about what we're doing there. We recently completed a traffic signal upgrade project. Funds from a grant allowed us to upgrade the new technology and video detection. In March 2019, the city will start a transportation plan project which will create bike lanes from Highland Springs to San Gorgonio. This will be paid for through a Cycle 2 grant. This past year, we completed our annual citywide street rehabilitation project at a cost of about $1 million. This project was paid for out of funds from Measure A and SB1 revenues. We are currently already out for bid for the next project that totals about $848,000. Projects in the work. We're currently working on several major projects. 2 of these are designed to aid in the development of our east side of our town. One is the Hargrave-Ramsey Street intersection. This project is budgeted for $2 million and is scheduled for bidding before the end of this year. The second project is the expansion of Ramsey Street from Hathaway to the eastern border. This project includes widening of Ramsey, construction of landscape medians, street lighting, sidewalks, curb and gutter. It also includes extending water and sewer through that area. The purpose of this project is to beautify the eastern entrance to our city and also make those properties along that area much more desirable for development. We are currently in the right-of-way procurement stage on that project. 2 projects designed to lessen the traffic problems on Highland Springs are in the works. First is a realignment of Joshua Palmer Avenue at a cost of about $2 million. This project is part of the Atwell Project traffic mitigation and will be paid for with TUMP funding. The project is also in the right-of-way procurement stage. The second project is the Highland Springs interchange improvements. We are currently working on finalizing funding agreements for this project. The next step will have Caltrans project study report done and review all of the alternatives. To be honest, this project is probably 6 to 8 years out. In addition, we continue to work on the Sun Lakes Boulevard extension, connecting it to Wilson Street. We are working with Lennar on the right-of-way project of that and on TUMP funding also. Water infrastructure, the Water Canyon transmission line replacement project has been completed. We replaced 7,300 feet of 24-inch transmission main at a cost of about $2.2 million. This line carries 30% of the city's water. Some of it was almost 100 years old and was in dire need of repair. With the help of a $1 million grant, we recently completed the city's integrated regional water management plan. California has provided $1.5 billion to support projects covered by the IRWM plan. As a result of completing this plan, Banning is now eligible to apply for grants from that fund. In parks facilities, in May we rededicated Roosevelt Williams Park after completing a major renovation to it at a cost of $2.7 million. We redid the parking lot, the playground, the multipurpose field, walkways, lighting, and restrooms. We also added a restroom to the building, so it is now fully serviceable. The city received funding through a community development grant to rehab the community and senior center. At a cost of $412,000, we replaced the leaking roof, put down a new gym floor, improved the lighting and security, and painted. We also had some mold that we had to take care of. And we are still committed to expanding Lions Park by adding the 2 multi-purpose fields there. The electric company. Banning Electric is one of 46 public-owned utilities in the state of California. Owning our own electric utility is a huge benefit to the residents and commercial customers. We have much more control over our own utility. All of the income from our rates go back into our system or the city, not to the profit of stockholders, like in the case of Southern California Edison. With our own utility, we also have great customer service, and we can respond to outages and emergencies very quickly. All of the improvements recently completed will provide a stable and dependable electric service to the city for years to come. Southern California Edison is going through a rate case now. Their rates are going to be increasing. At the end, Banning will have better rates for both residential and commercial. Where are we at with renewable energy? The state has mandated that 20% of all energy in California must be from renewable sources by the year 2020 and 30% by the year 2030. We are way ahead of that mandate. Currently, we are already up to 54% renewable energy. In addition, we've also increased that. No, I'm sorry, that's different. Okay. As of July of this year, the state mandated that we must be at zero emissions by the year 2045. Again, we are way ahead of the curve. We're already at 90% emission-free. Relating to solar, the state has placed a minimum net metering cap of 2.43 megawatts on utilities. Banning, okay, in June, we were already at 2.6 megawatts, and since then, we've installed solar at the KOA campground and at Combs School, increasing our solar usage even significantly more, which means, again, we're way ahead of the state's curve. Additionally, we are still implementing a distributed energy resources program where we do a buyback at a rate of about 8.5 cents per kilowatt hour for customer-owned energy produced. Journeyman lineman graduation. This is really a neat part. I want to take a moment to congratulate David McClune, Matt Martinez, Dustin Gray, Victor Hasso-Cortez, and Kevin Bernard for successfully completing Journeyman Lineman Apprenticeship training. Each of them has completed 7,000 hours of on-the-job training and about 400 hours of classroom work. All of them passed their final tests with a score of 90% or better. Gentlemen, are you here today? Are any of them here today? Okay. They're on the line. You know, those are the guys that are on those high wind jobs, and they're up there on those poles trying to fix your electric when you have an outage. I'm afraid of heights. I'm afraid up here I don't even want to look down. Okay, our Bannington Police Department is committed to serve with honor and protect all citizens of our culturally diverse community through a partnership focused on public trust and providing a safe environment for all. We are currently budgeted for 30 officers, 9 dispatchers, and 1 community service officer. At last count, we were down 7, and we also had an additional 2 or 3 out on disability. And today I heard we have 2 more out on disability or on injuries. So we are really, really thin right now, and they're working their tails off out there. And we continue also to be challenged by the problems emanating from AB 109 and Proposition 47. Although another problem we're facing in the department, as I said, is recruitment and retention of officers. So the council very recently authorized raises and adjustments to their PERS contributions to help in that issue, and we're hoping that that helps a lot. The department has been, though, awarded an Edwards Byrne Memorial Grant in the amount of $11,600. This grant is to provide funding for a range of programs, including law enforcement, crime prevention, education, and crisis intervention, and other related subjects. One troubling issue facing our city is the homeless problem. In 2017, Riverside County had determined that there were 2,400 homeless individuals living on the streets. In 2016, it was 11% less, so we had an 11% increase in that 1 year. Banning, like every other city, is struggling to find resources to meet and respond to this increasing problem. Utilizing a supplemental law enforcement service grant of $100,000, we have been able to support a full-time officer assigned to assist in this issue. That officer is Officer Sayeski. He has done a terrific job in working with the homeless of our community. Although he is only one person with limited resources, he has made a significant dent in our homeless population. Just as important, he has made himself available and responsive to calls of help from our residents. Is Mr. Sayeski here today? Well, I want to personally thank him for all his good work. Our department also sponsors an Explorer program for our youth, young men and women. It is currently under the leadership of Sergeant Kelly. Is he here today? You got them all working, Bob? He is doing a great job in working with the youth of our community. Just this last July, 5 of our explorers completed the Explorer Academy at the Riverside Ben Clark Center. Congratulations on the work you guys are doing with the Explorer problem, Bob. Okay, community services. It's been a really busy year for community service staff. 750 youths participated in our youth sports programs this year. 50 children attended our 9-week summer day camp program. Approximately 12,000 swimmers enjoyed the aquatic center this summer, and over 300 participated in swimming lessons. In addition, an average of 480 seniors eat lunch at our senior center every month. Last year, over 1,000 bags of food were distributed to senior citizens through the Fill the Cupboard program. Our special thanks go out to Sun Lakes community for making that program possible and successful. Bus trips, dinner dances, and an annual Christmas party were just a few of the highlights of the senior center this last year. Add to all of that special events hosted by the community service staff, such as the Halloween Fest, the We Run 5K Health Fair, the recently revived 4th of July Family Fun Fest with fireworks, and of course the annual Skate Jam. Then too, they jump in and help with our different city signature events, the Disaster Expo, the Playhouse Bowl concerts, and Stagecoach Days. Along with continued financial support for each of these events, the community service staff serves as the city's liaison to each of these events, coordinating and in-kind services such as police department patrols, support from the streets and park maintenance crews, and electric utility coordination. They do a wonderful job, and Heidi, congratulations on you and your crew. Earlier this year, the City of Beaumont canceled our contract for animal control services. It's okay, Nancy. So as a result, we ended up having to sign a contract with Riverside County, and it's costing us about $50,000 more a year. But they've done just a wonderful job, and if you need information on how to contact them, it's on the website. It's also on the behind me here too. But anyway, so we have new animal control. It is the Riverside County Animal Control people. So we have some special recognitions I'd like to bring up. Wastewater. We are proud to acknowledge our wastewater department for being awarded the California Water Environment Association Award for small collection systems, and that's for the whole year. This award is given in recognition of outstanding maintenance, programs, regulatory compliance, and safety and training procedures. Are you here from wastewater today? And congratulations. The City of Banning has also been awarded the prestigious Achievement of Excellence in Procurement for 2018 from the National Procurement Institute. The AEP award is annually to recognize innovation, professionalism, e-procurement, productivity, and leadership in the purchasing function. So our purchasing department has been recognized nationally. Congratulations. Are you here today? No? Good. Earlier this year, We had a terrific weather event. It resulted in major trees being uprooted, fires, large-scale electrical outages, and traffic disruptions. I just want to take this time to recognize and thank from the bottom of my heart our electric department, our police, our fire, everybody involved with the quick reaction you did in helping us face that event and minimizing as best we could the effects of that event. And I think that all of those departments, as I said, all of them, police, fire, electric, public works, our parks people, everybody involved, you did a terrific job, and I think you should get a hand for that too. Now for some of the less fun things. The city has been faced this year with some extraordinary financial circumstances. CalPERS has increased our pension obligations $887,000 over the next 2 years. Riverside County has canceled our agreement relating to the jail that provided $473,000 annually for 4 police officers. CAL FIRE has increased its contract with the city by $714,000 through 2021. And the new animal control, as I mentioned earlier, contract is costing us about $50,000 more. All of this has led to the adoption of a budget that predicts about a $200,000 deficit next year. A budget, I might add, that has been cut to the bone and will affect our ability to provide some services. What are our possible solutions? In June, the City Council unanimously approved putting 3 revenue-generating measures before the voters. Measure P freezes electrical rates for 3 years and allows the city to transfer up to 7.5% of gross revenues for 3 years to the general fund, then 5.5% thereafter, to generate about $2.5 million for city services. Measure N, and I know my numbers are wrong here, so Measure N is a tax on cannabis cultivation. That's a square footage one, isn't it?
There's still a tax.
Okay. Tax on the retail cannabis, on the cultivation, manufacturing, and testing of 10 to 15% of gross receipts. And those functions are limited to the industrial zones. Measure O is tax on retail cannabis operators, 10 to 15% on gross receipts, and 1 operator per every 10,000 population. So basically we're saying we would allow 3. Okay? Approval of these measures would augment the budget until the anticipated development revenue from new housing would be realized. We will be able to maintain services at their current level. Without approval, the city will have to make some hard decisions relating to public safety and services we can offer. 3 educational meetings have been held already relating to these measures. Frankly, the attendance of these meetings has been very disappointing. There are 2 more meetings scheduled. They are on Wednesday, October 24th at 6 o'clock at Nicollet Middle School, and Tuesday, October 30th at 6 o'clock at Mountain Avenue Baptist Church. We really do recommend that people come and hear what the whole situation is. It is very important that you are thoroughly informed about what these measures are, what they mean to the financial health of our city. Do not rely on rumors or innuendos. Please make it a point to attend one of these last 2 meetings. So, a couple of quick things. Let's stay updated. The city is actively engaging residents, and we strive to keep you informed. I urge you to sign up now. Just go to the city's website and click the Receive Notifications. It is as easy as that. If you want to know what's happening here in Banning, follow the city on social media. We post regularly about programs and events, all good information. You can also sign up for news flash through our website. And of course, we encourage you to join us at our city council meetings. This is your city. Your voice is important. The city council is elected to represent you and your interests. We always appreciate hearing from the community. Finally, I want to remind you of a few other dates. The next city council meeting is next Tuesday, October 23rd at 5 o'clock. The Halloween Fest is Saturday, October 27th from 4 to 8 at the community center. And the Christmas at the Ranch will be held on Saturday, December 8th, from 11 to 4 at the Gilman Historic Ranch in Wagon Museum. On behalf of the City Council, I once again want to thank all of you for coming. Thank you, Sun Lakes, for the fine service and food. We appreciate it and your hospitality. I want to thank the sponsors again for making all this possible. And I want to give a very special thanks to the Banning Chamber of Commerce for their cooperation in helping make this a successful event. So in closing, I just want to say that I am proud of the direction that Banning is headed, and I know that this council is committed to building a high quality of life for our community. Thank you again for listening, and drive carefully going home. Thank you very much.